Chile exports copper. Brazil exports sugar. Fishing is a big business there. The grammar in those sentences is technically perfect, but the writing is jarring to listen to. Good writing requires a natural rhythm, and you build that rhythm by varying your sentence structure. We start with the most basic building block, the simple sentence. This table shows a clear example. Chile imports oil from Brazil. Notice that it has exactly one subject, Chile, and one verb, imports. This forms a single, complete thought, known grammatically as an independent clause. A simple sentence gets straight to the point. But if you only write in independent clauses, you restrict your ability to show how different ideas relate to one another. To do that, we need more advanced tools. If you have two independent ideas that carry equal weight, you can link them together to create a compound sentence. In the next section of the table, equal clauses are joined by coordinating conjunctions. Words like and, but, or, and so bridge the ideas. Notice the strict punctuation rule here. There is always a comma placed right before the coordinating conjunction. By joining these clauses, compound sentences fix that initial choppy rhythm, balancing two equally important points on a single scale. Sometimes your ideas are not equal. One idea supports the other. For this, we use a complex sentence. As this section outlines, a complex sentence contains one main independent clause plus a subordinate or dependent clause. A dependent clause still has a subject and a verb, but it cannot stand on its own as a complete thought. Look at the highlighted example in the text. While people working in the service sector tend to work shorter hours, the word while is a subordinating conjunction. It triggers a change, demoting what could have been a strong independent clause into a dependent one. Complex sentences come with a specific punctuation rule, often called the flipping rule. You can easily swap the order of the clauses in a complex sentence, but the punctuation must shift as well. The rule is straightforward. If the subordinator starts the sentence, like although, you place a comma at the end of that dependent clause. If you flip it so the subordinator sits in the middle of the sentence, you drop the comma entirely. This structure establishes a clear hierarchy, explicitly telling the reader which idea is the supporting detail and which is your main point. Let's test these two structures. Here are two isolated simple sentences. The researchers tested the new model, and they did not find significant results. Go ahead and pause the video. Combine these sentences in two distinct ways. First, as a compound sentence using the coordinator but. Second, as a complex sentence using the subordinator although. Here is the compound variation. The researchers tested the new model, but they did not find significant results. Note the comma before but. And here is the complex variation. Although the researchers tested the new model, they did not find significant results. The subordinator starts the sentence, so the comma follows the dependent clause. Knowing how to correctly build both forms gives you total control over how your evidence and arguments are paced. Let's return to that stiff, robotic paragraph from the beginning of the video. Listen to how those exact same facts sound when we intentionally vary the structure. Chile exports copper, and Brazil exports sugar. Although Chile has a very long seacoast, fishing is a big business there. Tourists can visit the pyramids, or they can relax on a beach. The rhythm is immediately smoother. We start with a compound sentence using and. We follow it with a complex sentence using although to subordinate the first clause. Finally, we close with another compound sentence using or to connect two independent options. Here is your sentence builder cheat sheet, outlining the core structural formulas and punctuation rules for all three types. Feel free to take a screenshot. Mastering sentence variety transforms technically correct writing into professional, engaging communication that holds your reader's attention from the first word to the last.